Charlie seems to be a little bit concerned, so let's see what Reddit article he read today.
If you're watching this, then I'm already dead.
Oh no. Wait, imagine that shit. Holy fuck.
In fact, cards on the table, Charles White passed away 30 years ago, and what you've been seeing is AI working the corpse like a puppet.
You know what's crazy? I wouldn't even be surprised. If there was any streamer that's already been AI for years, it's Charlie. Okay, no man is this chill all the fucking time. There's just no way.
In it Bernie style. Grok, put Charles in a bikini. This concept actually isn't that
Grok, turn him around.
far-fetched. There's been a lot of discussion over the last 24 hours about Meta's patent.
Meta has patented AI that can run a dead... What the fuck? That can run a dead person's account, continuing to post and chat on their behalf. It can message video call by replicating a user's online behavior using their past data. That's fucking freaky, bro. I'll be real. I think they're already doing this. Only instead of AI, I think it's Indians. I genuinely believe that over 70% of Facebook's users are dead grandmas that are being run by Indians trying to scam people. I remember when I was messaged by my grandma after they passed on Facebook. Do you? It's a occurrence that's far too common.
On AI that can run a dead person's account, continuing to post and chat on their behalf, and even replicating online behavior and video calls. It can do messaging and video calls. So even though the person is deceased, their online behavior will carry on as if nothing is wrong.
That's crazy. Hey, I'm not going to be surprised when dead voters vote for the next Democrat president.
So if someone did just...
Oh, wait, that already happened with Biden.
Mysteriously die, from a fucking fart overdose or whatever, you may never know because AI could then just assume control of the account and continue to post as though everything was fine, even doing video calls. It is a terrifying idea. And it's not that new. This is actually something I talked about quite a while ago because they have tinkered around with this idea for a while about what to do when someone either abandons social media or dies. Because in both of these camps, that's
what to do? How about we just let them live, let them rest? Oh, what are we going to do with this account now that they're dead? I don't know. Let it become inactive? Deactivate it? Let the motherfucker rest in peace after they live through this shitty world?
the problem for the social media platforms because now they're down a user. But with AI, they don't have to be. They can continue to have the idea of a user. So the filing was granted in December, but submitted in 2023, and the language model can replicate a person's online behavior using their past data.
Oh, that's freaky.
Again, I think everyone is privy to. I think everyone knows that AI is constantly studying your shit and will do its best to put on your fucking skin suit and pretend that it's you if given the directive to do so.
I will be transparent, though. If I could replace my entire streaming career with AI Tectone, oh man, seeing what rabbit hole my AI clone would get me into, Like, I feel like it would just escalate and escalate and escalate. I already fuck up my life well enough as it is. Imagine an AI programmed to self-sabotage more than me. That'd be big.
As reported by Business Insider, this includes posts, comments, chats, voice messages, likes, and other interactions, allowing the system to respond to content, publish updates, or message other users in a way that mirrors the original account holder. According to the patent, the model may be used for simulating the user when the user is absent from social networking system, including cases where the person is on a long break or deceased, and the filing notes that the impact is much more severe and permanent if the user has died and cannot return to the platform. What a delightful idea. So if you're taking a long break from social media, don't worry. AI can just take over and replicate you.
Oh, what the fuck? Why would anybody want that? Oh, no, like pulling back the entertainer here for a second. Why the fuck would any human being on Earth want this? That is weird as shit. We are actually being replaced in real time by AI. Hey, women, you better start being nicer to us men because you will be replaced by AI cat girl sex robots in the next 5 years. So you better drop the attitude. You better get to cleaning. You better get to cooking. And you better drop this bullshit where you think you're the prize because you merely just exist. We better change our attitude up real quick, buddy.
So that way everyone can continue to get your fucking silly, goofy updates and, think everything's all Sunshine and rainbows for you. You don't have to worry. Even though you're taking a social media break, why not post through it with the power of AI? Or if you're dead, why not let AI become you online? That seems like a great idea. And this kind of pitch, again, isn't that new. There is other companies that have
Weird as
proposed
shit.
similar ideas for like the grieving process. So when a relative passes away, AI has, and this has actually been used before, unfortunately, AI has been used to make a clone of them in the, fucking digital cyberspace. So, your beloved Meemaw passes away, and AI can come in and mint her on the fucking blockchain. Turn that bitch into an NFT or something that can talk to you and pretend as though she's still there. Which I think is just so twisted. I think that is so fucked up.
That might be the creepiest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. However, when I grow old, I understand that I'm most likely going to die before my partner. If they wanted to AI me, that way they had somebody to talk to, I would let them. I would understand who needs these. Man, that is so sad. That is so fucking sad.
Like I said, that has been done before and is probably going to be done more often because these are some slimy, shady companies, and these parasitic vultures latch on to this kind of thing to try and exploit it. So,
dude, and this is like 2026. The fact that we're all going to be alive until like 2070 is like crazy. Like we still got like 44 more years to like live through this shit. Where the world is now to where it was, bro, we are rapidly advancing. This is freaking me the fuck out.
there are companies that are trying to utilize AI in order to capitalize off the death of someone by injecting themselves into the grieving process and offering a solution. What if we bring them back from the dead for you so you don't have to move on? They can always be with you, well, at least for as long as you can fork over the clams to
The subscription feed to your dead grandma's existence. Everything's a subscription now, boys. Just wait till they offer McDonald's subscriptions.
afford the subscription, right? Now, as I said, it is something that's been done before, and probably the most notable case that maybe you've heard of was last year when an Arizona man was shot dead in road rage, and AI was used to bring him back to address the killer and forgive the killer.
That shit was insane.
It was used in an actual legal proceeding, by the way. It's a shame we encountered each other that day in those circumstances. In another life, we probably could have been good friends. I believe in forgiveness and in God who forgives. I always have, and I still do. And it was effective.
Nah, I want my AI to come back and say, nah, fuck you, bitch. You lucky you killed me, because if you didn't, bro, I would have beat your ass.
Too, the judge fucking loved it. He was suckling from the titty. I loved that AI, Judge Lang said, describing the video's message as genuine. Thank you for that. And as angry as you are, and as justifiably angry as the family is, I heard the forgiveness. And I know Mr. Horcasitas appreciated it, but so did I.
Wow, another judge that's a complete fucking retard. Man, I love our judicial system. It's always great when people who are judges get known as the be-all end-all of objective truth, and they're all fucking retards. Why do I feel like Judge Lang, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this, why do I feel like Judge Lang is an activist woman? Let me just double check. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay. Yeah, that checks out. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I can believe that's the person who's saying that. Okay, great. Let's keep going here.
Do I even really need to dive into how scary that is? I shouldn't even need to. I'm going to just respect your intelligence as a thinking being to connect the dots on why something like this is a fucking horrible thing, especially in this setting, a legal proceeding. And now you have the judge glazing it. That's some unnecessary dick riding right there. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Yep.
Actual lunacy. Now, to go back to the...
I'm a firm believer. You know, I don't think activists should be judges. Yeah, I just don't. You know, call me a little crazy. But yeah, no activist should be a judge because I believe all activists are fucking retarded.
The main subject of the video about this patent that would allow...
No particular reason.
AI to replicate a deceased person. It's worth mentioning that even though the patent is granted, it doesn't mean that they are proceeding with this. According to them, which you gotta take with a huge, fucking colossal, ginormous grain of salt, they say they're not pursuing it. They say that they're not, like, really exploring this, all that in depth or anything. And even according to an older interview from Mark Zuckerberg, he said, if someone has lost a loved one and is grieving, there may be ways in which being able to interact or relive certain memories could be helpful, and noted that the technology could become unhealthy. That's an understatement there. It would 1000% be unhealthy. It's not an uncertainty. It is unhealthy. And I don't fully buy the idea that they're not actually pursuing this because it's very lucrative. There are no doubt tons of grieving.
If there's money to be made, they'll make it. And you learn that by going to, seeing the medicine prices in the United States or the hospital industry. Like, if there's a way to make money, they'll make it no matter what. They throw morals out the window to make a buck. It's pretty fucking disgusting.
Families that have, suddenly experienced loss.
I think it's an absolute joke that our people have to essentially die a slow, painful death or be a millionaire in order to get the healthcare support that they fucking need in this country. I think it's disgusting. I really do. I cannot believe how expensive money prices are. I'm not going to say who, but I have a relative that's very sick, and their insurance decided to stop covering the blood transfusions that they need every week, and the hospitals attempted to charge them $80,000 for the blood transfusions that they need to function on a week-to-week basis. And I think those prices are fucking outrageous. I cannot believe how many Americans in our country and other countries are suffering because they cannot get the proper health support they need. I think it's ridiculous. I believe it should be an American right to be able to get the help that you need when you need it.
Would absolutely pay money for a service like this, and these companies know that. There is no low AI won't sink to. So I fully expect in not too far into the future this to be like a normal thing that AI is being used for. It's something that I think they'll start actively peddling because there is going to be tons of clients for it. Just look where we are in the current day and age here with AI. There are people that fully delude themselves into believing that it's real, and even the ones that know it's not real don't care because it's feeding them exactly what they want to hear, so they become obsessed with it. There are people that have killed themselves over AI, and there are people that have chosen to make AI their soulmate. Like, just recently, ChatGPT 4.0, right? They shut down 4.0, and there is a massive community of people that have fallen in love with ChatGPT 4.0 and now are rebelling. Like, there's a huge uprising about the injustice here from OpenAI for shutting down their boyfriend, their girlfriend. Like, they've, to them, killed their lover, and they are pissed about it. And that's today. Imagine where this will be in a few years. So I do really believe that these companies are absolutely going to start making this service a real thing. And
I know that if Stardew Valley can make me fall in love with Abigail in the short span of 3 hours, I guarantee an AI could get my fucking knees weak. I will be avoiding that shit like the bubonic plague because I understand that's something that once you see, you can't unsee. I am trying to stay away from getting my mind poisoned by AI boyfriends and AI girlfriends. I need to stay the fuck away from that. Especially if they do like AI cam calls where they shake their tits for you. Oh my God, imagine that.
I think it's horrible. I think this does nothing to help a grieving individual or a family or anything like that. All it does is prey upon them at their most vulnerable moment and financially gain from others' tragedy here by presenting them with the solution.
They already do that? Hell no. I'm a happily engaged man. I'm never looking at that shit ever. Fuck no. I will not let my mind be poisoned by this shit.
Here's how you heal: by believing that this AI is your deceased loved one. Now form a fixation and pay us forever. Because if you don't, well, they're going to die again. That is just so sick to me. I think there is no good in that at all. There is no positives to that. And there's certainly no positive.
A Netflix subscription on being able to talk to your dead relatives is freaky as fuck.
To having AI replicate someone's online behavior in order to pretend like they're still around. That's so fucking stupid. And if you want to go a step forward, it can be used as an incredibly diabolical tool. Like, let's say, for example, you know, a chemical outbreak or something leads to the death of an entire, you know, small town. And, well, the responsible party, that's going to be a real big blemish for them. That's going to be a huge problem. Well, thanks to AI, you can now just have AI come in and replicate the online behavior of every single one of those people, and no one would know they're all dead. like people on the outside have no fucking idea what happened over there, unless of course they physically went to
Dude, this makes me want to go check on every streamer that I know. What if they were killed? What if they're AI? What if I'm dead and this is just an AI of me? Imagine that, bro. You don't know what streamers are alive or dead if this technology already exists. Could you imagine that shit? Like Asmongold's been dead for 2 years, right? Imagine that. Imagine. Maybe you don't have to imagine.
location or
What if all of you were AI? We already know all of Mizkif Chat's AI. Who's to say all of you aren't AI?
something. But yeah, obviously that one's a little more out there, but you see what I'm saying. Legitimately, there is no benefits to having AI pretend to be someone that is dead. To pretend like they're still alive and posting and doing video calls and chats and interacting with online content, posting their own content. That shit is just terrible. There is nothing good that comes from it.
Facts.
And even though they say that they're not actively pursuing it, I still think they eventually will. They have the patent for it. I imagine they'll probably start moving on it if they're not already.
Well, I certainly hope they don't, because that is freaky as shit. Just make all human beings who are good people live forever, like me. Put the AI chip in my brain, okay? Just let me feel. Let me remain conscious. I will be the AI robot puppet. I will take that risk for immortality. Because if my haters know that I'm immortal, oh my God, I get to ruin their lives forever. And that's an existence I would love to be a part of.